How's it going, guys? Welcome back to W18, the Watford fan channel, for another episode of the Watford FC transfer news. These videos are coming thick and fast in this January transfer window, and we've got a lot of stuff to talk about today. Obviously, a confirmed transfer out the door, which is Okaka going to Udinese, but we've also got Doucouré rumours to discuss. He's been speaking to French media just yesterday, actually. We've got to be talking about Roberto Pereyra, who's been linked with a move to Torino. And we've also got a rumour of Mario Balotelli potentially joining Watford, but that one seems very, very unlikely. So we're going to kick it off with the big story over the last couple of days, and that is Abdoulaye Doucouré to PSG. As I mentioned, he's been speaking to French media over the past couple of days, RMC Sport to be exact. They are a French television channel. They are equivalent to kind of like Sky Sports, BT Sport, pretty big over in France. They do this kind of talk show. Doucouré's been on it last year. If you remember my video about the Liverpool interest in Abdoulaye Doucouré, he was on it last season in fact, to talk about those Liverpool links, and he talks about how it's flattering, and it's kind of similar with these PSG links again. So we're going to, overall, what Doucouré mentioned in the interview on the talk show was that he's happy at Watford at the moment, despite the continuing speculation and the links with Paris Saint-Germain. I'll read through a couple of the quotes. So number one thing that people have been mistaken with Abdoulaye Doucouré was one question. So it's been misinterpreted by the English press as well. I've got this confirmed. So one of the questions where you've said before you're a fan of PSG. If a club like Marseille came in for you, you'd say no. So Marseille are PSG's biggest rivals. And he went on to say, Marseille inquired in the past with my agent, but it didn't really interest me at the time because I really wanted to move to England. Marseille are a big club in France, but like I've said, I support PSG. And that's basically the team of his heart. That's the exact translation, but around about that's what he said. But what every Watford fan wanted to hear was his thoughts about the whole PSG interest. And he, in a roundabout way, said, to hear that such clubs are interested in you, it's an honour. My performance will decide what happens. I'm glad to be at Watford now. This club trusts me and has given me the opportunity. I'm happy with what I'm doing here. He also mentioned about how his characteristics are unusual for a midfield player. There's very few that have a similar, which is true. You kind of liken him to that kind of box-to-box midfielder who has got the traits of Abdoulaye Doucouré. I can't think of many midfielders that do, and who have done it in the Premier League, to be exact. So it's interesting to hear from Abdoulaye. Very modest, as you'd expect him to be. He always has been. There's been a couple of times, obviously, in the French media, he's been quite open about these speculation. But I think it's kind of a different culture in France. I don't think it's as kind of tight with in England, where we look at our players and think, just keep your mouth shut. I think it's more relaxed over in France, and players are definitely more open, and especially away from England, more open to talk about transfer speculation. So what do you make of the whole Doucouré saga? I think it's going to rumble on through this January transfer window. I personally don't think he will leave in January. I think he will leave in the summer. Of what I'm gathering from Gracia, he's kind of suggesting that he'll be here to the end of the season, and that's what he's been told. I think Doucouré thinks that as well. So it's a really touch and go whether Abdoulaye will stay to the end of the season, but we'll have to wait and see. But he also went on to talk about the successful partnership with him and Capoue this season, that two in midfield, which he's been really enjoying and really likes partnering Etienne Capoue in midfield. Obviously, he likes partnering himself alongside Etienne Capoue. But as we all know, it's no secret that PSG and Thomas Tuchel want reinforcement in that midfield. So we'll have to see how this deal progresses. Anyway, move on to Pereyra, Roberto Pereyra. He's been linked with a move away to Torino. This has been a massive talking point in the Watford fan base and on Watford Twitter over the past couple of days. Now, this has been reported by Tuttosport, the Italian media outlet. They're based in Torino, and they've been the main reporters of this story. So in the last episode, I mentioned that Torino are looking to sign Roberto Pereyra next summer. Watford want around 20 million euros. They go on to say in a report a couple of days ago, they've released another one today, they went on to say that Roberto Pereyra is enthusiastic about a potential move to Torino this summer. The chance to work with Walter Mazzarri again is a big factor. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, Walter Mazzarri working under him again, that's odd. And as a Watford fan, it is odd. But Walter Mazzarri rates Roberto Pereyra really, really highly, and they had a good relationship when he was at Watford in that diabolical season where we almost got relegated. But Roberto Pereyra always had a few flurries of games where he showed his brilliance, but overall he was injured for most of it, and didn't play an integral part in Mazzarri's squad. Having said that, what I'm reading is that Watford have already rejected a number of approaches for the player. Watford are planning. This is big news. Watford fans, Watford are planning to give Roberto Pereyra a new contract. Pereyra's current deal expires in 2021. This is the big thing to pick up from this deal, is that it's forcing Watford's hand to offer Roberto Pereyra a new contract and a renewed contract. This could either mean two things. Number one, it could either mean it's a Doucouré situation, which he stays for another season after the summer and will stay for next season. Or it increases his value, and Watford are looking at it as a chance to increase his price in the market. Because as we all know, if you give someone a new contract, if you give them a 5-year deal, their price goes through the roof and he pretty much doubles. So this could be a tactic from Watford to do so. That's what Tutto Sport are claiming. They seem very hopeful that the deal is going to be completed in the summer. It won't be done in January, but there's a real potential for this one to be pulled off in the coming summer. Pereyra is known to wanting to go back to Italy, and particularly Turin, where he was successful at Juventus before he joined Watford. So we'll have to see how this one rumbles on, but I'm sure it will do come the summer. But at the moment, I don't think he'll be leaving in January. One confirmed outgoing is Stefano Okaka. He's left on loan to Udinese, the other Pozzo-owned club, to the end of the season. I imagine there's an option to buy in that, but it doesn't really matter. Obviously, the two clubs are owned by the same chairman and owners. Watford, Udinese, you could call them Watford B team. Udinese are 15th in Serie A at the moment, 5 points clear of the drop zone, and they've got Okaka in to hopefully, well, they think hopefully improve their striking options. Now, another striker that Watford have been linked with, another Italian striker, someone who is more well known than Stefano Okaka, and according to reports in Italy, Mario Balotelli has turned down a move to Watford and Marseille in a favour of a return to Italy. Now, I included this in the episode just to keep you guys updated, but I couldn't imagine this one really coming to fruition. I think Mario Balotelli would have wanted to return to Italy. Obviously, he played for AC Milan. He loves it in Italy. Had two, could you say, unsuccessful spells in England at Manchester City and Liverpool, and he's probably thinking, I just want to go back to Italy. He's been really good for Nice over the past couple of seasons, so I'm not really surprised with that. I wouldn't go to a rival in Marseille, and is looking to return to Italy. So overall, guys, what do you make of those 4 rumours? We'll check you in the live chat, see what you guys are saying. Hello to everyone. Why are we still waiting? Hi Jacob, I'm happy with Holebas can take corners out. How did Pereyra look against Woking? So I'll do a little evaluation. I thought he looked good, bright, probably took too many touches, but looked like he was trying to impress. And the signs are good that he will feature later this season. What do you make of the Doucouré Pereyra interest? Okaka leaving as well. He's been confirmed to move to Udinese. Let me know down in the comment section below. That's another episode of Transfer News, Watford FC Transfer News. We'll be back for another episode in the coming days as the rumours come out. Thank you very much for watching. If you could leave a like on the video, that'd be much appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe to Doucouré in the top right-hand corner, down in the comment section below. Let me know what you make of all the transfer deals, transfer rumours that are going around Watford at the moment. As I said, let me know down in the comment section below what you make of the Doucouré, Pereyra, Okaka leaving, and the Balotelli supposed rumour. Let me know, and we'll see you in the next episode.